Hello, good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning meditation. We will get started with 3-7 line prayer. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sardom pola yatsen chogi ngorubne pemajung ne jesura Kordu kandro mangbogor ketki jesudak druki jinji lop chia sheksu so guru pema city home. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sardom pola yatsen chogi ngorubne pemajung ne jesudrak Kordu kandro mangpokor ketki jesudak druki jinji lop chia sheksu so guru pema city home. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sardom pola yatsen chogi ngorubne pemajung ne jesudrak Kordu kandro mangpokor ketki jesudak druki jinji lop chia sheksu so guru pema city home. So let's take a moment to remember our motivation for being here today and to generate compassion. Whenever we begin an activity, it's good to start by generating compassion for all sentient beings and establishing a pure motivation that is not, that whatever you're doing is not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of all beings. So let's take a moment to do that. We can make the wish that our meditation here together today will benefit not only ourselves, but all sentient beings. The meditation that we'll be doing today is called Shamatha, or Shine meditation, and this is taught by Jetsma in her book Stabilizing the Mind. Jetsma has taught that meditation is the natural state of mind when it is relaxed, stable, and open. And meditating in this way trains our mind to be both calm and relaxed, and alert and wakeful. And the point of this meditation is to create space in the mind. Creating space in the mind helps us to balance our emotions, and it gives us a little bit of room between action and reaction. And this little bit of space in the mind is the first step in developing the bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. So let's take a comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged on the floor, or you can sit in a chair. If you're sitting in a chair, try to have your feet on the floor. And then check in with your posture. To make sure your spine is straight. Your spine is stacked like a stack of coins. You could think of it that way. And then your shoulders are open. We're not collapsing in on ourselves. We're sitting up straight with open shoulders. Your hands are in your lap, gently relaxed. Your elbows are out slightly. So not in like a weird stiff way, but just so you have some room to breathe around your rib cage. And then your eyes are going to stay open. You can imagine a line going down the bridge of your nose, down, down, down to the ground. And just find a place along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then lastly, place the tip of your tongue right behind your front teeth. It's kind of like saying the letter L. And allow yourself to relax completely And breathe normally. Just breathe in your natural rhythm. And then put a very light attention on your breathing. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe naturally with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't put any pressure on it or try to change it in any way. You just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. And when thoughts come up, which they are bound to do, thoughts will come up during a meditation, emotions will come up, and that's okay. When thoughts come up, just let them go like bubbles popping on the surface of a pond. Just let them pop. You don't have to look to see what they are. You don't have to check to see if it's a good thought or a bad thought. Your meditation is not lost by hearing your thoughts, but by following them down the road. So when you find yourself hooked by a thought and following it along, as soon as you notice that, just drop it. Drop the thought and come back to your breath. If it's really difficult for you to dismiss your thoughts, you can imagine picking them up with like spaghetti tongs and dropping them, or you can imagine cutting them with scissors and throwing them away. But always return to that single pointed concentration. Return again and again to that gossamer thin attention on your breath. I get my timer. For our first round of meditation, we'll meditate for 5 minutes. Just return again and again to the gossamer thin attention on your breath. Okay, so that's our first round of meditation. Uh, I always say it's really good when you're first starting your meditation practice, or if you're getting into meditation after a period of not meditating. It's really good to start with small sessions of meditation like that, just short little sits. You can start with 1 minute of meditation, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, wherever is a comfortable starting point for you. Um, don't feel like you have to start by sitting in meditation for an hour. That's more likely to just burn you out, and then you won't meditate anymore. So it's better to start with something that feels really doable for you, and something that feels comfortable, and where you're going to want to meditate again tomorrow, and you can just build a little bit more each day. Um, if if it's difficult to meditate for more than a minute or two, that's okay. Maybe try fitting in multiple sessions in your day. Meditate for a minute in the morning, and a minute in the afternoon, a minute in the evening. Try doing it more often. And you just keep building from there. One other thing I want to mention is, while we're meditating, it's important to know that we're not blocking our thoughts during meditation. We're not trying to stop our experience from happening. We're not trying to stop our thoughts, or shut down our emotions, or block out our physical experience. So while we're meditating, it's okay if there are sounds in your environment, or you can meditate in a train station. It's okay to have activity or sound or things going on around you. You don't have to have the perfect meditation room, meditation cushion, and all of that. Meditation is something that you can do anywhere. When you're first starting out, it might be easier to kind of have a supportive environment like that, a very quiet place to meditate. But it's really not. It's not necessary for meditation. We are learning to remain with our breath, no matter what is going on around us, no matter what's going on in our mind. We're not trying to control those things. We're trying to stay with our breath regardless of whatever else is going on. So with the thoughts going through our heads, Jagdalpu Rinpoche has said that, when you try to block your thoughts, then it's kind of like just pressing pause on a tape player. So if you're listening to a cassette tape, and if anyone these days even knows what that is, if you're listening to a cassette tape or a CD or whatever, and you press pause, that's like blocking your thoughts. You're pressing pause and you're not hearing them. And then when your meditation is over, you'd be pressing play again. And then there's the same track you were listening to before. It's the exact same thought pattern as it was before, and nothing has changed. So blocking your thoughts doesn't do anything other than give you like a moment's reprieve from them, but you're going to be right back where you started. So instead, we're not blocking our thoughts. We let our thoughts move through our head. We just let them pass us by. They're like pedestrians walking by outside the window. Like, you don't stop and talk to them. You're not engaging with them. They're just passing by. And doing that over time, not responding to those thoughts, not reacting, not grasping to those thoughts, and also not pushing them away, over time, it lessens their hold on you. And it becomes more and more like they're just clouds drifting by, or pedestrians drifting by. They have less of a hook into your attention. And so over time, it will get easier. Yeah, not blocking our thoughts. We're just staying open. I think it was Shunryu Suzuki Roshi said, you leave your front door and your back door open. And paraphrasing, he said, leave your front door and your back door open, and you let your thoughts in, let your thoughts come and go. Just don't serve them tea. So we're going to sit for a little bit longer now. And we'll do the same thing, meditating our breath, but we'll just go for maybe about 15 minutes or so. Yeah. So let's sit with a straight back, hands in your lap. Eyes are relaxed, gazing downwards. You can imagine a line going down the bridge of your nose, down, down, down to the ground. And just find a place along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then just breathe in your natural rhythm. And put a very light attention on your breathing. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe as you normally would, with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse, not putting any pressure on it, just observing it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. Okay, so that's our meditation for today. Whatever your experience of meditation was, just drop it. Just like we were throughout our meditation, we let go of our thoughts, we dropped our thoughts. Now, whatever your experience of meditation was, drop it. And we'll end with the dedication prayer. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice, and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I who have come in the same way to benefit beings pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. Okay, thanks for coming. See you next week.